Hello everyone, I am back, not with a Canlander video, not with a Commander video, I am back with a Legacy video. So we're going to do a video on the best cEDH deck in Legacy, because we're going to be talking about Tainted Pact. So if you've played Historic in the last couple of months, I guess, since Strixhaven dropped, you're probably aware of the Tainted Pact combo. If you've ever played cEDH, you're probably familiar with the Tainted Pact combo. Tainted Pact is a 2-mana instant that if your deck is totally singleton, except for Tainted Pact and Thassa's Oracle, I guess. If your deck is mostly singleton and you're in the right situation, you can exile your deck. Or you can just tutor, basically. So you just exile until you hit a tutor. So in Legacy, I'm currently playing a 60-card deck where we're playing 2 copies of Thassa's Oracle, 2 copies of Tainted Pact, and the rest of our deck is singleton, and we're trying to control the board, prevent our opponents from winning the game, and then stabilize and cast our combo. Or sometimes we don't stabilize and we win with the combo anyway. So I'm going to be going over some iterations of the deck I've seen. I'd say the last 2 weeks, the deck has gone from being an idea in a guy named Monkeys Can't Cry's head, and gone, and a whole bunch of Magic people have covered the deck, and I've picked up the deck. I'm not one of the Magic people, but so I'm just gonna be covering some cool stuff. So we're gonna start out with Monkeys Can't Cry. He is a Legacy streamer and brewer and plays a lot of combo decks in the format. So he started out with a list that is a bit more combo centric. It has so it started out with Thought Lash, which is basically a card that lets you exile your deck, and Doomsday and Divining Witch, and a suite of cantrips and tutors, and 5-0 to League about 2 weeks ago with this deck, which is we'll put it on the map, I'd say. So it's pretty sweet. I haven't played this exact list. I actually made some changes once I saw it, but it's pretty sweet. Some of the notable things that you don't see in a lot of other lists are Chrome Mox, because it gives you some acceleration to let you kind of do some of your tricky plays you have in your deck, like play your Divining Witch and activate it during your upkeep or with mana up or stuff like that. Spellseeker, Jace, Seagate Stormcaller. These are all cards that kind of ask you to cast multiple spells on turn, and sometimes your Chrome Mox kind of helps you do that. I've actually been kind of impressed by it, although it seems to be what most of the more, I don't want to say more experienced. I really don't know how experienced Monkeys Can't Cry is. He seems really knowledgeable, but some of the other streamers, people who've picked up the deck since then have cut Chrome Mox. I'm still on it. I'm pretty happy with it. I know Andrea Gucci, who picked up the deck, tried Lotus Petal in addition to it, ended up cutting it. So, yeah. I guess the biggest thing here is just to notice that it's on Thought Lash. That's the sweetest tech in this list. Besides just being the first ituration of the deck, so almost every other deck from this point is based off of this one, or based off of a deck that's based off of this one. So the next deck is Andrea Gucci's list, which he played in a league and went 4-1. He did a Legacy video with it, or as he says, Legacy video. He cut Thought Lash, which I think is probably correct. Went in a much more mid-rangey direction. After playing the league, he cut the Lotus Petal and the Chrome Mox, and I think that's all. That's it for really big changes. I don't think there's anything really crazy here. Yeah, looking at the list, I know some people have cut Bloodchief's Thirst, Dark Confidant. This is probably one of the more recent lists that's still on Dark Confidant. This is a really great starting point. I think if you want to start with a more mid-rangey list, which is what Andrea Gucci said on Twitter he preferred, I think this is a really good spot to start. I think if you're going to pick up a list and you're a cEDH player and you've ever played Yuriko or a mid-range console list, this is the perfect way to start. It's a really good list. So the next list we have is Jarvis Hughes. Jarvis streamed the deck last night, actually, I think, or the VOD went up this morning. and he went 4-1-2, so he did pretty well. His list, he kind of built it from scratch. You can actually watch him like build the entire deck, based off of Andrea Gucci's list and like making changes as he saw fit. Uh, him to Torok is probably is the first time I've seen him in one of these decks, and the card's really sweet, but your mana base just really can't support it in my opinion. So I think that's like kind of wrong. Hullbreacher is really sweet. I don't know if anyone else has played Hullbreacher in the 60 main deck, but seems like a pretty sweet card. Divining Witch is not in this list. I should check and see if it's Menguchi's. Menguchi's also not on Divining Witch. So he's not on Divining Witch either. Divining Witch is basically Demonic Consultation on a stick. You can tap it and discard a card to cast Demonic Consultation effectively. It's pretty sweet. I'm a big fan, so I it could be correct to not play it, but I've had it win me quite a few games. There have been a lot of times where I play my Sedgemoor Witch, I reanimate my Sedgemoor Witch, I cast a counterspell, make some pests, go to combat, like start attacking them, play the Divining Witch, still attacking them with the pests, use the Divining Witch to find a Cavern of Souls, then use the Divining Witch to find the Thassa's Oracle, then use the Divining Witch to find the Thassa's Oracle, and then use it to exile my deck. Or I don't know if I think I said that one too many times, but I've used it multiple times to win the game. So I've been pretty impressed by it. And then you can always just like sack into Cabal Therapy. Like I've literally had games where like my opponent had removal in hand, and I went like Cabal Therapy on turn one, saw the removal, took some other card that wasn't removal because I knew I couldn't play into it, and then like played Divining Witch, and then just sacked it immediately to cast Cabal Therapy because I knew it wasn't going to do anything. So yeah, like I'm a fan. I like the bodies. So yeah, this list is pretty cool. It's on Peak, I think. It's like one of the cantrips I wasn't a fan of, and then he cut Serum Visions, which is actually one of the cantrips I'm a pretty big fan of. I know like in terms of like legacy power level, Serum Visions is just nowhere near good enough. But I think in our deck, since we are trying to play a controlling game, there are just a lot of turns where like we just want to draw a card and scry 2 and like set up our turns. It's also pretty useful with like Tainted Pact because you can like bottom certain cards. So like you see the Thassa's Oracle and you just like bottom the Thassa's Oracle, cast Tainted Pact down to the second to last card. Put that in your hand, untap, draw Thassa's Oracle. Just like weird scry stuff like that's pretty sweet. And it's not that bad. I don't know. I'm not very good at Legacy. I should like say I should. I'm not trying to act like I know a lot more than these people. I don't know more than any of them. But just like these are some of my thoughts on the cards. I could be totally wrong. Like for example, I guess we can go to my list. So this is the list that I've been playing. I actually recently cut Wishclaw Talisman. I was like, how are these people not running Wishclaw Talisman? So good, so good, so good. And it was really not good. I actually put Ethereal Forger back in, which I was like talking to Monkeys Can't Cry. I was like, maybe we need a Tasigur or something. And then I was watching Jarvis play the deck, and he played an Ethereal Forger, and I was like, oh, that's literally what I was looking for. So I just put that back into the deck. I actually don't think this is my deck list. One sec. I will be right back. All right, we're back. So this is my deck list. So I'm still on Chrome Mox. I'm still in Divining Witch. I'm now on Ethereal Forger. Yeah, this is Oh, one big thing. This is a pretty big deal. I'm on Gifts Ungiven because there's actually a pretty sweet gifts pile in this deck. I just thought the deck really wanted some like redundancy on a card that just says I win the game if this resolves. And so Gifts Ungiven, your pile is Thassa's Oracle, Tainted Pact, Snapcaster Mage, and Unearth. So no matter what combination of cards they give you, you can use the Snapcaster Mage to regrowth the Unearth or the Tainted Pact, or they just give you, or you can unearth the Snapcaster Mage to cast the Tainted Pact. Yeah, because if they give you Thassa's Oracle, Unearth, you unearth the the Spellseeker, and yeah. So, yeah, this is my list. I'm currently in matches, like undefeated, but I've only played 2 matches, so it doesn't mean anything. I'm probably like 6-2 overall. I played against Rug last night in pre-board games, and we played 4 pre-board games, and I went 2-2. And I'm 2-0 against like a Black Ring Lands deck, 2-0 against another Rug Delver deck. So, running hot, you know. I'm starting out fun, and that's why I am enjoying the formats, because I'm winning. Let's be honest here. Anything else special about my list? I'm on Misdirection, which I think Andrea Gucci and Monkeys Can't Cry are on, but Jarvis U is not. Yeah, I really like Misdirection. You find yourself, people will try to kill your creatures, and we have some really good ones like Sedgemoor Witch and Ethereal Forager and Jace, Friends Prodigy, and Divining Witch. So even though we're like a combo deck that really doesn't care about creatures beyond the battlefield, we actually have so many powerful creatures that I'm not sure opponents can really just side out all their removal. But anyway, Misdirection means that I can kind of just like be like, hey, that removal spell, that Abrupt Decay, I'm going to have it target your thing instead, which is pretty sweet, especially since the Abrupt Decay decks often have, permanence in play, like, I don't know, like Mox Diamond or something. So yeah. That is going to be my little discussion for Legacy Tainted Pact. I'm very new to the format, know very little about Legacy, but I just thought it'd be fun to do a quick video and talk about what I've been playing and the development of the deck list. It's like been a few weeks. I don't know how long Monkeys Can't Cry has been playing the deck, but it's only been a few weeks since all this coverage has been going on, so it's kind of cool getting into something and the community talking about it a bit. So I hope you enjoyed the video. And I hope you enjoyed this like little Legacy content. I'm pretty much, I know this sounds horrible. Like I don't think I'm going to be playing a lot of Commander from this point on. I've been really enjoying Canlander and Legacy. I've been playing a lot of Canlander Death and Taxes, so I'm probably going to do a video about that. And so yeah, cEDH cast. Not doing cEDH anymore. Probably have to figure out what that is. I actually just got a new job. I'm going to be working for Star City Games in Roanoke, so I probably will be really busy the next couple weeks. I will try to put out some more content. I appreciate your support, and thanks for checking out the video. Have a good one.